Hello. I hope that you're having a wonderful, lovely day. Today's subject is staying authentic in a fake world. And this is very important because this is going to discuss being you, being yourself. We've mentioned previously identifying who you are. This subject is going to be on how to maintain that, how to keep it strong, how to not allow the influences of family, friends, society trying to tell you who you should be, what you should be, and instead help you to be you, help you to stay strong in your identity, staying strong in what you want for your life rather than what the society and the conditioning says that you should follow. Because if you are a man and you want to paint, make poetry, do things that are considered generally feminine, but you allow society to hold you back and limit you, you're not going to be who you're truly meant to be. Likewise, if you're a woman and you want to be an auto mechanic, or you want to be a construction worker, or you want to work on diesel trucks, but you let society holding you back saying, oh no, that's only for men. Oh no, you can't do that because you're a woman. If you let what the world says you should be control your life, you're not going to live the life that you're truly meant to. You're not going to be your authentic self. You're not going to be who you're really meant to be because you're following someone else's program, following someone else's idea of what you should be rather than who you truly are. And we're going to get into that. Our subjects are right here. What does it mean to be authentic? Why does it matter for yourself? So how will it directly benefit your life? How will this benefit others' lives? And then our final tips and takeaways. Authenticity is being who and what you are instead of what someone else wants you to be. In a world that wants squares, if you're a circle, be a circle. Now, I'm going to take a sip of water, and in that time, I want you to look around at these images and think about what you see. What kind of shapes are there? What kind of images? What is this about? I want you to ask yourself that. All right. So, working our way from the top down, we have the sun and we have the moon. Now, the sun has a certain job. It brings light, heat, daytime. The moon creates night, darkness. It allows us to sleep. It regulates day, night. Now, if the sun wanted to be the moon, we wouldn't have any light. All the plants would die out. There wouldn't be any heat. Nobody could see anything. If the moon wanted to be the sun, it would be bright all the time. It would get too hot. We would have no way of knowing when it's nighttime. We wouldn't be able to get to sleep because it's always bright. We wouldn't know what time of day it is. So the sun has to do its job, the moon has to do its job. The sun is not better than the moon at being the moon. The moon is not better at the sun at being the sun. The sun is the best at its job. The moon is the best at its job. They both do what they are meant to do. They do not care if you want it to be nighttime. They do not care if you want it to be daytime. They do what they are meant to do, how they're meant to do it, in the way that they are meant to do it. And likewise, each of us has a purpose. Each of us has something that we are meant to do, not what someone says we should, not what someone else wants us to be, but who we truly are, what we truly are, the way we truly are. That is what matters. Now, working our way back down, we have a red half circle and a blue horseshoe creating a purse. You have the red handbag section and the blue hold, the blue, I don't know what the name for this is, handle. Yeah, the blue handle and the red purse. If the purse bag, the bottom part, wanted to be a handle, you wouldn't have anywhere to put your stuff. If the handle wanted to be the bag, you wouldn't have any way to hold it. They each do their job the way they're meant to do it. Now, finally, we have a triangle, a square, a a rectangle, and a circle. We have a house. We have a house. Now, follow me. Roof, walls, door, knob. If the roof wanted to be a wall, when it rains, the water is going to come straight in. Now, if the walls wanted to be a roof, you just have a triangle on the ground. If the doorknob wanted to be a door, you have no way to open it. So each of us has a purpose that we are meant to follow. Each of us has something that we need to do in order to help the larger collective. And if we don't be who we are truly meant to be, it's going to have massive impact on ourselves and others. Because a doorknob cannot be a door. A roof cannot be a wall. They are not meant to do that. But like I said, society try to condition us to all be the same thing rather than being who and what we are. And before we transition, I want to use this example perfectly. Children toy sets. You know, when they have all the little blocks, and you got the circle block, and you got the triangle block, and the star block, and the square block. Not everyone is meant to be a square. Not everyone is meant to be a circle. Not everyone's meant to be a star. Not everyone is meant to be a triangle. Not everyone is meant to be a trapezoid. You are meant to be who and what you are meant to be. And what is that? That's something you figure out for yourself. When you realize that, hey, this thing right here really sets my soul on fire. Like, I feel so good about this. Like when I get up on a stage, I'm speaking and people are clapping and cheering, and they're like, wow, I really love that. That made me feel good. I learned something. That's what I'm meant to do. Or if you're a woman and you're fixing a car and you're like, wow, I really love the machinery. I love how the engine sounds. Like this really made me feel good. You might be meant to be a car mechanic. But society would say you're not meant to be that because you're a woman. When in reality, you are meant to be who and what you are meant to be. Not what the world wants you to be, not what your family wants you to be, not what society wants you to be. You are meant to be you. Now, I need another sip of water. Why does this matter for yourself? This creates real confidence because you're not being fake. You're not putting on an act. You care less about others' opinions of you because I am what I am. I'm You get what you see. I'm not putting on an act for you. And when you are comfortable in who you truly are, not comfortable in your money, not comfortable in your clothing, not comfortable because you have all these people around you, but you are comfortable with who and what you authentically are, that is true confidence. Likewise, this also creates a deeper understanding of yourself because of your hobbies and interests, as well as what you don't like. For example, I'm a black man, and a lot of people would say, oh, you have to play basketball, you have to play sports, you have to do this, you have to do that. I like fishing, okay? I cannot play basketball if my life depended on it. But you get me a rod, a reel, some hooks, and some bait, oh, I'm catching a fish because that's what I like doing. Authentically, I love fishing. I don't like basketball. I don't have anything against basketball players. I don't have anything against the sport. I just don't like it. This also helps you stand up for yourself because you know what you will and will not tolerate because you are being yourself. If somebody invites you to some late night party and you don't like parties, you know how to just say no. Like, I ain't going. I ain't going. Okay? I'm not going out to some party at 11 at night. I am sleeping. I am sleeping. Call me boring. Call me whatever you want. I ain't going. I am going to say no if I don't want to date you. I'm going to say no if I don't want to hang out with you. I'm going to say no if I don't want to be your friend. I'm not going to let you disrespect me. I'm not going to let you walk all over me because I know how to stand up for myself because I am confident and authentic in who and what I truly am, not in who you want me to be, but in who I am. This also improves your relationship with others, and we'll speak about that on the next slide. And the images here, we have a man and a woman getting married, and we have some children playing together. You can only connect with others as deeply as you are connected to yourself. So imagine you want a relationship, you want a man or woman, whatever you like, and you want this person to be smart, have hobbies, fun to be around, interesting, got their life together. All of these are things that you need too. You need to have that before you can have a person with them. Because how do you expect to have a deep, intimate connection with somebody? Like, you are asking them, their dreams and hopes and ambitions, but you don't even know yours. You want somebody to be their real self while you're being your fake self. And sooner or later, your real self will come out and they'll realize, hey, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't who you pretended to be. This isn't what I agreed to. So they're going to leave because you're putting on a fake act rather than being who and what you really are. Now, and in the same way, it attracts people who are similar to you and pushes away those who aren't. And by similar to you, I don't mean similar racially. I don't mean similar in how they look or how they dress. I mean people who are authentic, people who are genuinely themselves, people who are who they are rather than who the world wants them to be. For example, people who really love playing basketball, like they truly love basketball, they have a lot of friends who love playing basketball. People who love making art or certain types of music or writing, like literature clubs, book clubs, things like that. They have a lot of friends who are into those things. And by a lot of friends, I don't mean like you have 15, 20, 25 friends. I mean a large percentage of your friends are into that thing. So if you had 5 friends, 3 of them are into basketball if you really love basketball because you probably met at a basketball court. And this is also very important in terms of relationship and marriages because you don't want to date somebody who you are not compatible with. This also to be less nervous on dates because of confidence, as I mentioned earlier. You create healthy relationships by setting boundaries, as I mentioned on the previous slide, because you know how to say no. You know what you will and will not allow because you are who you are. Now, you'll be less a people pleaser. That is a major one because a lot of the societal conditioning that we're brainwashed with is meant to make us be the same. It's meant to make us follow the same guidelines that are meant to hold us back. Because if you're always trying to make everybody happy, when is it time to make yourself happy? If you're always trying to make sure everybody else feels good, when is it time for you to make sure that you feel good? Now, our final tips and takeaways. Being authentic attracts your people. The people who align with you can only find you if you're being you. You cannot have real friendships if you are a fake version of yourself. The improved confidence from not hiding who you are because you are who you are, you put it out there. You understand your hobbies, what you want to do career wise. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to work in construction, be a female auto mechanic, be a male nail technician, your fashion style. That's a big one too. A lot of people dress the same way because they're told that's how you should dress, rather than doing their thing. Of course, don't walk outside in a bikini or naked or anything, but if you want to walk outside in a purple suit in the middle of summer, do it. You might get a heat stroke, but if that's what you want to do, if that's how you want to dress, dress like that. If you want to wear pink and you're a man, do it. It's your body, your clothes, your choice. Setting healthy boundaries, as well as, okay, I meant to remove that section right there on that left side. So ignore the right hand side. I use a template to make this. Yeah, I use a template to make this, so ignore that right hand side. That's a perfect example of authenticity right there. We all have little slip ups, but you're not working on it, getting better. This also helps you set healthy boundaries, as I mentioned earlier, because you're not trying to make everybody happy. You're not trying to be someone you're not. You're not trying to put on a false persona. You're not trying to act as something that you're not, because you are who you are. If I love fishing and I don't like basketball, you're not going to see me play basketball. You're going to see me go fishing because that's what I want to do. Now, it also allows you to know what you will and will not allow in relationships. So you're not going to allow your partner to disrespect you or hit you or do anything to damage you. Emotionally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, sexually, financially. So some people will try to use money as a way to control, like, oh, you can't leave because I'm paying all the bills and stuff like that. And I just want to close out saying thank you. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. If this helped you, make sure to reach out to me. Let me know how you think I could have improved, how you think that this provided value, and any other ways and subjects that you would like me to speak on. And on that note, have a wonderful, blessed day.